guys know, you got the Bloodline 2.0 and the OG Bloodline.
Yes, you do. But this is the thing. One Bloodline actually wreaks havoc and does stuff. The other Bloodline only has a one-man wrecking crew. You see how different that is? It
is a complete difference. The Bloodline 2.0 just wants the power. They want what the original Bloodline was holding. See, in the original Bloodline, everything consisted of the gold. But let's be honest, before the original Bloodline held all the gold, there was some issues that had to be resolved before they got anything.
Issues had to be resolved. A lot of family members got beat up, by the way. Just saying, Jimmy too as well. But this is the thing. They fought as a family, but they got back together as family and won gold. All of it.
This Bloodline 2.0, ain't really, I don't see any family.
No.
I just see people Solo just picked up and decide to run with. And, you know, the only person in the Bloodline 2.0 that is wreaking havoc, that is actually doing something, is Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. He is the only man that is taking control. This man has took out tag teams, has took out Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. It's like, this is a one-man team. He don't really need the Bloodline. But it seems like the Bloodline 2.0 needs Jacob.
Because Bloodline 2.0 knows they can't get the job done without Jacob Fatu. And let's be honest, folks. Think about this. OG Bloodline versus Solo's Bloodline 2.0 without Jacob Fatu would literally be a cake run for these folks.
They wouldn't even be taken serious. So when you look at the original Bloodline was based off of family. It was based off the promised land. It's like it was so much it was based off of in order for them to be the greatest family faction of all time. Because with Roman Reigns and the Usos, in order for people to take the Bloodline series, they had to make a name, whether it was on SmackDown or Raw. But due to the fact of how it rolled, they showed up on both shows and made a statement.
They did not care, folks. They went on Raw and SmackDown and even on NXT if they had to, just to make a statement. Fast forward right now, Solo's Bloodline 2.0 is not even doing that.
Man, they're not making a statement. They just keep beating up Cody Rhodes. They beating up who it is? Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. It's like a repeat. You know, like an old tape. You keep rewinding over and over and over again. That's kind of what the Bloodline 2.0 is doing. The original Bloodline was getting the job done. As you guys saw, when they held the tag team gold, when Roman Reigns held the Universal Championship, what was the jobs? Because all three of them had a job. Keep belts on each other. So when Roman Reigns defended his title, the Usos was already there. They keep the belt on. When it came to the Usos and they tag team titles, you had Roman Reigns to keep the belt on. Well, how do you think the guys got the undisputed tag team championships?
You really actually thought by them winning these tag team titles that, oh, well, not really going to take them serious? No. Look, before they could even become a serious tag team, they were already dominating as tag team champions. But Roman had to make them even more serious than ever. You're going to represent our family, represent our bloodline.
Exactly. Presentation, as Roman Reigns put it. It's all about presentation. If you lose, you make the family look bad. Because let's be honest, the original Bloodlines had their losses. We're not going to sit up there and be like, oh, they won everything. No, the original Bloodline had their losses. But you look at this new dominant Bloodline 2.0, you look at them and you be like, what is this? Solo, what are you building?
It's color copy. This is basically color copy is what Solo's trying to do. This is the thing. OG Bloodline knew everything from right to wrong. Yeah, they had some losses, and they pick it back up with some wins, with some dubs, just like that.
Exactly.
Solo's Bloodline has not even suffered a L or a win at all. They just trying to scrap and go by. That's it.
They just want people to acknowledge them, but they haven't done anything for people to acknowledge. If anybody people acknowledge, would be just Jacob.
Jacob for two be the only one you acknowledge because hell,
he's the one that's putting in all the work. Solo just lets. Jacob does everything, and in the end, you want people to acknowledge you. You got your two lackeys who gets beat up, always getting beat up. What is their purpose in the bloodline? If anything, you talking about family. This is your new family. Well, your new family is horrible.
Horrible, man. Horrible is not the word. I'm gonna be honest with you. At least when OG Bloodline came in, you saw destruction. You saw mayhem. Everything. Roman Reigns literally even got in on some of the work. Solo Sikoa does not even get in on none of the work.
And then let's be honest, with Roman Reigns being the leader of the whole bloodline, he actually gave orders that needed to be done. And the Usos got the job done. Roman Reigns, he got the job done. It was like every time you saw the bloodline defending gold, you be like, there's always something up Roman Reigns' sleeve. There's always something up the Uso sleeve.
So does Solo Sikoa has anything up under his sleeve? Does he have any orders? Does he have any game plans?
No.
No, he does not.
Only thing Solo does is keep bringing up Roman and what Roman did, what Roman lost and everything. It's just like, it seemed to me Solo just wants the power of being a tribal chief. And it's not working.
Well, we never crowned him as anything.
He was never giving anything.
He gave his own self the you'll follow for a reason.
Exactly. Because he knew deep down the elders wasn't going to give it to him.
Because, deep down, I kind of thought about this. The elders even kind of know that Solo's not ready for this responsibility. So why should we crown him the tribal chief when we still have the OG tribal chief still here, who's never been decommanded at all?
Exactly. So when you sit up there, you look at this whole Bloodline 2.0, and you look at the original Bloodline, you have to sit up there and look at it. Solo, are you ready? Are you ready to actually put your fighting shoes on and actually go against the original Bloodline? Because I'm gonna be honest, when this whole Bloodline Civil War starts, this Bloodline 2.0 versus the original Bloodline, the Bloodline 2.0 doesn't stand a chance.
Bloodline War, supremacy civil war is literally upon us, folks. And I'm going to be honest with you. Solo Sikoa is not ready. He does not have his guys ready one single bit. When Roman Reigns and the Usos get back together, they are literally going to just wreak havoc. I mean, literally wreak havoc.
All the way.
But this is the thing. If you're Solo Sikoa, how confident are you that your new bloodline is going to be able to get the job done in every which way?
The way I see it, the way this new bloodline is going, the 2.0 bloodline, they're not doing anything. They're not really doing anything. The only person that is doing something is Jacob. Jacob is the only one that's doing something, because I feel like they're just trying to fit in. They just want everyone to automatically acknowledge them just because Roman Reigns is the leader of the bloodline. It don't work this way. Roman Reigns is not the leader of Solo's bloodline.
No, not even close to that.
And Solo messed up. What Solo messed up is you tried to recreate something that was already built. And now the real chief have to return and destroy what you are trying to rebuild.
Basically, Roman's got to destroy everything that he has created and done. He's got to destroy all of it. All thanks to you.
He got to destroy all of it. But he can't just do it alone, because he didn't start this whole bloodline by himself.
No.
So it's only rightful that you have the Usos right along, because if they're going to destroy Solo in this whole bloodline 2.0, all three of them have to be together to get rid of Solo and his family. To bring them down a notch. To kind of make him understand you didn't start this. Meanwhile, no offense, has anybody even told Solo Sikoa
He didn't start this.
He didn't start this.
He wasn't the founder of this.
He wasn't the founder. Man, he wasn't even in the bloodline.
You came in late.
You came in after Clash at the Council.
So can somebody please get that through Solo's head that says you're not the founder. You didn't start this.
No. If anybody don't know how this started during the pandemic time. Jay was the first person in it. Jay and Roman started this in 2020. Why do you think Jay was the right-hand man? He was the right-hand man for a reason. That is how all of this was getting started. And when Jimmy came, Jimmy kind of made it hard because Jimmy didn't want to fall in line.
In this case, Roman made them fall in line. Solo Sikoa, we never heard one single word about him saying, you guys are going to fall in line. You guys are going to acknowledge me.
Exactly, because Roman Reigns made it very known. You can either acknowledge me or you're out of the family. They didn't want to be out of the family.
No.
So they did what was right. They acknowledged him, and look at them. They became the greatest family faction in the business.
Meanwhile, you have Tama Tonga, your MFT, by the way, who's supposed to be a right-hand man to you as Jeyuso in this case. Well, we have not really seen him do anything right-hand man job.
No, we haven't. He ain't done anything. So how is he a right-hand man? I think Solo is just throwing things together just to throw it together just so he can say, this is the bloodline. No, sir. You are the bloodline 2.0.
And no offense, Tongaloa, what part does he play in this? Because what is he? An enforcer? What, a bodyguard? Like what is he?
I look at him as a bodyguard because it seems like Jacob is the enforcer.
Jacob for two look like he's the main whole key ingredient of all of this whole group.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest, what's the purpose of the other two? Y'all might as well give this to Jacob. Because he's the only one that's kind of running this show right now. He's the one that's actually making Fridays look good.
Literally, a whole one-man wrecking crew that we call him is literally destroying everybody. And this is how it ends every other week.
Exactly, just like that. And then you look at the original bloodline, you be like, Roman Reigns had the family under control. Solo don't have nothing under control.
Solo has no control. He has no filter on anything that he does at all. And he says what he wants to say because he feel like nobody else is going to stop him and be on his level. Well, newsflash to you. You are not a tribal chief. And
you would never be one. That's why I did not understand why in the world did Roman give him this name. Why did he? Because he felt sorry for you.
Tribal hair went over his head, folks.
Well, let's be honest. I think Roman felt sorry for Solo. In the bloodline, Solo don't have anything. He just does one job and one job only. While him and the Usos carry all the gold, carries the whole damn company while he holds nothing. So, it's like you looked at Solo in the bloodline, the original bloodline. He looked so uncomfortable. He looked like he did not fit in one bit. He looked like he didn't even know his role.
So you think Roman felt sorry for Solo at the end of the day? Like, cause he's an outcaster. I'm close with Jimmy and Jay. We got the gold. We got this and that.
Yeah.
And then you have Solo Sikoa who just tapes up that thumb.
Yeah.
And does this the whole entire time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roman Reigns felt sorry for Solo. It's like, you hate to say it, but it shows. Man, he did. I mean, you gotta look at it. Okay, I got another family member in the group. What can he do though? Because these two are already doing something. And you just look at him, you be like, no. So Solo had to do something. Solo had to make something where he felt comfortable in, where he felt like he could run. That's where the Bloodline 2.0 came in. Once Roman Reigns took his break after WrestleMania, lost the championship. Solo thought it was his time to shine.
You started seeing a different side of Solo. You didn't see this Solo. You started seeing a Solo that talks, that was taking shots, a lot of shots.
And he been taking shots at Roman Reigns for the longest. So I sit up here and I be like, Solo, are you really ready for this war against the original Bloodline? Like, are you ready? Are you ready to step in the ring, being across the ring from 3 dangerous men who is not afraid to get their hands dirty? Like, are you ready? Then you got to look at Jacob. Jacob, are you ready? Is this your fight? Because Jacob already said he can't beat Roman Reigns.
And that's going to be the key thing right there. Is this really Jacob Fatu's fight? Can Jacob Fatu really hang? That's going to be the main thing right there that WWE's going to test out in that Bloodline Civil War Supremacy War.
Yeah.
Can Jacob Fatu hold his own against Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jeyuso? Because if he can't, this shows that, whoa, the Samoan Werewolf, the one-man wrecking crew, cannot hang with OG Bloodline.
Well, it's kind of pointing in that direction. It really is. Because Jacob never faced Roman.
No.
Jacob never faced Jimmy nor Jay.
No.
So, this is going to be a big task for Jacob. Because it seems, I see it as this, you face the same people every week. Cool. Right? You face the same people every week. But this time, you facing your family. Your actual family. Somebody you sit at the table with. So it's like, are you really ready? Because Roman Reigns is going to throw everything at you. The Usos is going to throw everything at you. And you got to be ready. And the way I see it right now, Solo ain't training you to be ready.
Solo Sikoa doesn't even really know a thing about this war. Yes, he was in the tag team match with Roman Reigns and the Usos. But he really doesn't really know about the war specifically. Well, now you're going to get a real taste of this war. Because you're going against your own family. You're going against people that you love. That love you no matter what. But you are literally ruining the promised land. You're ruining the bloodline.
And it's like Roman Reigns and the Usos, they got to take you down. They got to destroy it. So when you hear the OG bloodline is teaming back up again, and it's been like almost a year or two, you be happy. At the same time, people like, oh, since they get back together, do they need gold?
No.
The original bloodline don't need no gold.
Not right now, because why do they need gold now when we have to deal with Solo Sikoa and his whole bloodline?
Exactly. Right now, gold is not in the works. See, this is what Solo is focusing on. Solo wants to be like the original bloodline so bad that instead of having a tag team match at SummerSlam for the titles, they are on SmackDown. Which is stupid. Because it's like you don't wanna put these belts on the line at a PLE.
No PLE. He's actually gonna do this live on Friday Night SmackDown this upcoming Friday, guys. But think about this: the Usos literally had a match against RK Bro.
Yeah.
For the titles to be unified, right? Remember, we all remember this.
We all remember that. But the Usos, they was holding their own in that match. They was dominating until RK Bro got the upper hand. So what happened? Big Us came.
So imagine this: can Solo Sikoa do the same thing that Roman did in this case? No, he cannot.
No, he can't, because if I can remember correctly, Matt Riddle was about to RKO him, and Roman jumped up on there and knocked Matt Riddle down. And Jay got the pin. And all three of them was celebrating as undisputed. All three of them was undisputed. You know, it was a magical moment once they put all of this on a t-shirt.
No, you know, this is a magical moment when they beat the hell out of both Randy Orton and
Oh yeah,
Matt
and they
Riddle.
celebrated later.
And they did not care about celebration at first.
No.
They just care about beating the hell out of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle.
And the poor kids, people had all their kids because of what was
never
going
came
on.
to the show, just saying.
And you look at this Bloodline 2.0 and you be like, nah, y'all not winning anything. It's like Solo wants this gold to be in the Bloodline 2.0 so bad. Why? What difference is it going to make?
But this is the thing. Ask yourself this. What does WWE look like putting gold on the Usos and Roman Reigns just like that right before a whole Bloodline civil war, supremacy war happens? Do you know how stupid that would be? Roman Reigns defeat Cody and wins the title back right before a whole Bloodline civil war. The Usos beat DIY for the tag team titles right before Bloodline civil war.
I was talking about the Bloodline 2.0.
Oh, you talking about them? Oh, yeah, that ain't happening.
I wasn't talking about that. I mean, we already know they're not putting the gold on them right away. No. They don't need it. And the reason I say they don't need it is because for damn near 2.5 years, the whole damn family faction of 3 dominated the tag team division and the singles division. I mean, so it's like the numbers spoke for itself. So no, they do not need no gold. The OG Bloodline gets back together. Why would you put a title on Roman? He already got the longest reigning title number, 1,316 days. Why would you want to put tag team belts back on the Usos when they are the only tag team in the division right now that's holding the highest number of 622 days? Man, you know it's just that good for them. They even got their own tag team belt.
Make that make sense for a moment, because we hear a lot of people say they need to put tag team gold on Roman and the Usos.
No, it's not the time.
It's not the time.
It's not the time. Now, Solo and his Bloodline 2.0, they want the gold so bad that, okay, Friday you got the Bloodline going up against DIY for the tag team championships. I don't see the Bloodline winning. Then Saturday you got Solo versus Cody. We know he's not going to win Saturday.
So you see how desperately the Bloodline is just trying to take gold just like that? When OG Bloodline won this so organically?
Won it all the way. You guys remember when Roman Reigns put them all back together? You know, put them all back together. And you remember he said he could be champion for as long as he wants to. So he said they can all run this if they all work together. And that's exactly what happened. They got back together. Money in the Bank. Usos beat Rey Mysterio and Dominic for the tag team champions on SmackDown. And they won those belts. Took it home to the Bloodline. And Roman Reigns is literally up there smiling. Was like, we all hold the gold now. But it wasn't enough.
No.
It wasn't enough.
It was never going to be enough. Because Roman Reigns would go on and unify and literally have 2 titles, 2 belts, literally. And he said that wasn't enough.
Because the Usos didn't have 2 belts. So what happens? He sends them to Monday Night Raw to issue out a challenge to unify the tag team championships. And Randy Orton and Matt Riddle accepted. Friday night came. RK Bro lost.
So then everything was all according to plan.
The whole landscape for the Bloodline changed.
That was the whole plan. Get all the gold. We run it. All.
And they did. From each brand, from Mondays and Fridays. It's like the Usos, they was the first tag team to unify the tag team belts. So, when you look at Solo and you look at what Solo is trying to do with his Bloodline 2.0, you be like, Solo, what are you doing? This is all crap. It's like, look how you trying to build yourself. It's like you want to be a chief so bad. To be a chief, you got to put in the work. You haven't put in nothing. You are the same one who got the worst record in history.
And by far, I hate to say it, but it is just complete crap. I mean, literally, Solo Sikoa does not do anything. Jacob Fatu is the only one that you actually see wrecking and leaving people broken.
Exactly.
The Tongans,
they'll do that. They get beat up. They are weak links.
They get thrown on the ground, and the next thing you know, you see them probably grabbing a leg or arm and probably getting in there.
They are weak links. So when you look at this whole Bloodline 2.0, and you look at Jacob Fatu, you look at Solo, you look at the Tongans, you look at them. And then when you look at the original Bloodline, the main thing you want to be is, can the Bloodline 2.0 keep up with the original Bloodline? Can the Tongans keep up with the Usos?
No.
That's like the main thing. Because if you got two brothers on both sides, who gonna keep up with who? We know the Tongans can't keep up with the Usos.
It's never happened, and pretty soon it will happen. But this is the thing. The Usos are way, way more dangerous than the Tongans.
Way more. Way more. Because when you think you got one down, the other one comes out of nowhere.
But compare yourselves to this and think about this. After all that we just said here tonight, we want you all to comment down below and tell us specifically, what did you think about all of this? Is OG Bloodline supremacy, is that the best thing that's going till today? Or is it Solo Sikoa's Bloodline 2.0? Like, is this the new thing? Is this what we're going for?
Because this whole civil war, Bloodline civil war, Solo's Bloodline versus Roman Reigns Bloodline. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be one of a hell of a good fight. But in the end of the day, we know who's going to come out on top.
Only one bloodline can stand tall at the end of the day, folks.
At the end of the day, one can only stand tall. And the only ones I see standing tall are the ones that created this. Who started this. See, Solo, you just got invited in. You was never supposed to be a part of it.
No.
See, and that's why I said, when Solo came, man, Solo just looked uncomfortable because they didn't have anything for him. What is there to have?
Nothing at all. It's nothing. It really isn't nothing.
Man, look how Solo was treated. While Roman and Usos got all the gold talking about their next opponents, here's Solo. That's it.
Mind you, look how this man looked at when Roman Reigns was gifted a whole brand new WWE Undisputed Universal Championship.
Exactly.
Look how this man looked.
And see, Solo thought just because Roman Reigns had the U follower that he can get gold that way. No. You can have that all day, every day, but that does not change the fact that you just really want some gold. You want people to acknowledge you. Solo, you got to do something in order for people to acknowledge you. Man, you ain't even been on the main roster that long, and you haven't really showed anybody nothing. Your streak got broken on live television.
And ever since then, everything has just went down the drain.
So you look at Solo and his new bloodline. You look at this Bloodline 2.0. The only dangerous thing that's going for this group right now, this whole faction right now, is Jacob. See, this is the thing, you guys. The Bloodline needs Jacob. Jacob don't need them. He's a one-man person. He can do this by himself. But the other ones need help. But when Roman Reigns returns this weekend, Solo,
where's your help?
Where is your help going to be? Because I can guarantee you guys this. Roman Reigns is returning, but he's not coming along.
No, he's not. But make sure you guys comment down below, whose side are you on? Because we're on the rise to Bloodline Civil War.
Yep.
But whose side are you on? Are you on Bloodline 2.0 or are you on the OG Bloodline?
Let us know below in the comments. Which side are you choosing? Are you going with the original Bloodline? Or are you going with the Bloodline 2.0 who just throw the one up just to throw it up.
Shit, that's not like we just throw up twos. No offense.
Man, this Bloodline is so bad they ain't even got no merchandise.
No, that's what I'm saying. Where the hell is the merchandise? If y'all are a Bloodline, you got Tamatonga with his bland ass MFT t-shirt. Jacob Fatu is the only person that actually has merchandise that you want to buy.
And
by
it's
the way,
sold out.
And it's sold out. So you ask yourself, what the hell is they Bloodline 2.0 merchandise at?
Where's their merchandise? Because once the original Bloodline get back together, oh, that's easy merch. They could come back with the original merch on, or they can get something brand new built.
You see how copycat that is? See how he literally tries to think he can actually do the same thing that the OG Bloodline did, and he think he can do it better?
No. But you guys tell us below, whose side are you on? Who do you think is better? Solo's Bloodline or the original Bloodline? That's it for tonight.